Hello students, welcome to class 11 physics class. Today we started new chapter, motion in a straight line. In first chapter we studied unit and dimensions, error, some problems related to them. And this is a third chapter in your NCERT book, motion in a straight line, and this is completely different from the second chapter. So now before we started this one, so in physics there are many branches. In some branch where we deals with a light, there are laws that is called optics, and in another branch where we deals with a condition of rest or motion of the material objects around us, this is included. That branch of physics is called mechanics, and mechanics has three sub branches. One is a statistics, kinematics and dynamics. Statistics and dynamics we studied in a higher class. So all about the motion and rest is included in a kinematics. Kin means motion and matics means math. So motion related, that means speed, velocity, distance, displacement, all these variables where we discuss the relation between them, there's some numerical, some formula. So that all are included in a kinematics, and this is a one sub branch of mechanics. Now in this chapter, the chapter name is motion in a straight line. Straight line means in a linear motion or rectilinear motion. That type of motion is called motion in one dimension. Motion in two dimension, projectile motion. We studied this also in the next chapter, motion in a plane. And motion in 3D, three dimension, you studied in chemistry, the motion of a gas molecules, because gas molecules randomly move inside the medium. Okay, so the motion of a gas molecules is a motion in three dimension. Let's start with the first two variables, distance and displacement, because after that, using that concept of distance and displacement, we define the next variables. Distance is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude, no direction. So what is distance? The total path traveled by an object is called distance. And distance is shortest displacement, shortest distance between the 2 points. 2 points means initial position and the final position. So displacement has a particular direction, initial to final, and it has a magnitude. So it is a vector quantity. So in this figure, we considered three paths, 1, 2 and 3, started from A and reaches at point B. First path directly via straight line A to B. Second one is like a semicircle, and third one A to C, C to D, D to E, E to B. So in all these paths, A1, 2 and 3 are indicate distance, but only the path number 1, this is the shortest distance between the 2 points A and B. So this number 1 path is indicate displacement. So from this example, we conclude that, or we see that the distance always greater than displacement, and when the object moves in a straight line or motion in a straight line, only that time distance equals to displacement. So what is the relation between distance and displacement? Distance always greater than equal to displacement. Clear? Now let's take one example, then you understand it. So in a circular path, an object starts moving from A to B. That is 1/4 of the circle, and the radius of the circle is R. So what is the displacement? So if we join with a dotted line, it is a right angle triangle. So we know that AB is the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse equals to root under perpendicular square plus base square. So R square plus R square. So the displacement AB equals to root 2 into R. In the second figure, in the object A started from A and reaches at point B. So what is the displacement between them? If we connect with a straight line, so this is R, that means this is a diameter. So what is the displacement between AB? That is 2R. Now your homework is you calculate the distance for this second figure. And third one also your homework, the displacement between A to B. Here 4 options I will give. Then in the comment box you write what is the answer for second one and what is the answer for third one. For second one, what is the distance, and for third one, displacement. In next video, I explain this third number. Also, I will give one equation or formula. If you keep it in your mind, that formula, then if any angle is there, you can solve the problems. Okay. Now, next is the speed and velocity. Okay, in class 9, we studied these things. So, just recall these things. Speed and velocity. Speed. How we define speed? Speed is the distance per unit time. So distance is a scalar quantity, so speed also be a scalar quantity. Velocity is a displacement by time. So displacement is a vector quantity, so velocity also be a vector quantity. Now in speed and velocity, we studied average speeds, instantaneous speeds, average velocity, instantaneous velocity. Average speed or average velocity we calculate for a long time if the time interval is so long. But the instantaneous speed or the instantaneous time velocity for valid for small time at that instant, a particular instant of time, and this is denoted by dt. dt is a very small time fraction. Okay, so in next video we discuss this instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. So today we discuss only average speed and average velocity. So average speed means total distance by total time, and average velocity equals to total displacement by total time. We define like this way. So we know that as distance is greater than equal to displacement, so average speed also greater than equal to average velocity. If we put it here, total time cancel both sides. So total distance is greater than equal to total displacement. That means speed, average speed also greater than equal to average velocity. So in some one question is there, what is the ratio of average speed by average velocity? The ratio is average speed by average velocity is greater than equal to 1. So the ratio of these two, average speed and average velocity, always greater than or equal to 1, not less than 1. Clear? Now next, let's take one example. A boy walks 3 meter east in 2 seconds, then 2 meter in 3 seconds. Find its average speed and average velocity. So the boy started from A, then reaches at point B. This is 3 meter. It's take time 2 seconds, then 2 meter in 3 seconds. And then 2 meter in west. 2 meter in west in 3 seconds. Okay, so 2 meter in west, that means up to C, that is 2 meter. Okay, so distance means total path covered by an object. So total path covered by it, first it travel from A to B, then B to C. So 3 plus 2, that is 5 meter. Total distance 2 seconds plus 3 seconds, that is 5 seconds. So average speed is 1 meter per second. But average velocity means total displacement, and total displacement means the shortest distance between the 2 points. That means initial point and final point. For this case, initial point is A and final point is B. So what is the distance between AC? This is 3 and this is 2. So this is 3 minus 2, 1. So maximum case, the students will have mistake 3 plus 2, 5 by 5. Again the average velocity also 1, but no, displacement means the shortest distance between 2 points, and 2 points, that means initial and final. For this case, final point is C and initial point is A. So what is the distance between them? This is 3, this is 2, so this is 1. So 1 by total time is 5, 1 by 5 meter per second, that is 0.2 meter per second. Understand? So when you calculate the displacement, keep it in your mind. You always take the distance between 2 points, that is initial point and the final point, shortest distance between the points. Now another one example, a boy goes from A to B at V1 speed and returns from B to A V2 speed. Find the average speed and average velocity. From this, if any no option is there, then the students have mistake. Average speed is okay. Average velocity is okay, but average speed V1 by V2, V1 plus V2 by 2. Maximum students have mistake of this one, but this is not the answer. So how we solve this one? So A to B in V1 speed, B to A V2 speed. So we consider A to B distance is x. Okay, and B to A, so distance is same x. So first A to B time taken to cover this distance t1, and from return for returning times the time is t2. Okay, so average velocity means total displacement by total time. So it started from A, then it moves reaches at B, then again started from B and reaches at point A. So ultimately the final point and initial point is same, A. So no displacement is there. So displacement is 0. So, and if we consider total time is t, so 0 by t, that is 0. So average velocity of this condition is 0. Now average speed means total distance by total time. So we consider here the total distance is x. For first A to B x, then B to E x plus x 2x. Total time for A to B, that is t1, B to A t2. So now we can express t1 as we know that velocity equals to displacement by time. So time equals to displacement by velocity, x by v1, and t2 equals to x by v2. So x plus x by t1 plus t2, in place of t1 and t2 we can write x by v1. Did you understand this one? So velocity v1 means x by t1. So t1 equals to x by v1. This is the from definition of velocity. So now we replace t1 and t2 by x by v1 plus x by v2. So x take common, so cancel both, cancel each other. So we have 2 by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. So if we simplify this one, so we have 2 v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. Now if you know the value of v1 and v2, then you put it here and then easily you calculate the average speed of this condition. So suppose here if in v1 is 40 meter per second and v2 is 60 meter per second. So then the students will take 40 plus 60 by 2, that is 50, but its answer is wrong. Okay, so 2 into 60 into 40 by 60 plus 40. If you solve this one, then you get, I think it's about 48 meter per second. So average speed is 48, not 50. Okay, so keep it in your mind. Like this way you solve the problems, average speed and average velocity. Okay, average velocity means displacement is the shortest distance means initial position and the final position. Okay, and total distance by, and when you calculate the average speed in terms of velocity, so for every time you just write the time, whatever the time you just convert it to displacement by velocity, x by v1 plus x by v2. So this is a formula. If you keep it in your mind, this if you remember this one, then easily directly you put the values and solve this one, average speed and average velocity. Did you understand? So please write in a comment box the answer of figure 2 and figure 3, please, the distance and displacement, and next class I will explain this one. So have a nice day. Thank you.